Hello, and welcome to Growing Plants for Beginners, Episode 7, part of the DIYB group of videos. In this video, we'll be talking about transplanting our snake plant. Let's use a nicer looking pot. Hello again, it's John from Growing Plants for Beginners, part of the DIYB group of videos. Today's going to be a short one. I'm going to show you how to transplant a plant into a different pot. So what we have here today is, so I have two plants here that I've had for a little while. More specifically my snake plant. So the snake plant, when I bought these, I put them into these Terra Cotta pots. My wife absolutely hates these Terra Cotta pots, so she bought these. And this is what we're going to use today. So I'm going to transplant that snake plant into this pot. Now, one of the big differences, one of the reasons why I chose the Terra Cotta pot is the Terra Cotta pot has got holes in the bottom, or a big hole in the bottom for drainage. And I'm a big fan of pots that have holes in the bottom, just because they're easier to feed. They're easier to feed properly. You know, you pour the water in here, it soaks the water up into the roots, and there's less chance of you getting root rot, because if there's too much water, it just comes back out into here, and you can dump that if there's too much water. My wife, she likes these. And I'll tell you, I'm not drilling holes in the bottom of this pot because it'll crack and break apart. So what do? Well, what we do in this case is I'm going to use a nice light airy soil so that the water is able to run through it. You don't want to pack your soil in here because that'll absorb the water and hold the water, and there's more chance of you getting root rot with your snake plant or whatever plant you're putting into a pot without holes. So the solution is you get something like this, and I'll open it in a second. This here is a activated charcoal. Okay, so it's little pieces of charcoal that we pour into the bottom of the pot, about half an inch. About a half an inch of charcoal at the bottom of the pot, and then we put our soil in on top. And what that does is it gives it extra air at the bottom for the water to run out and sit at the bottom and have a chance to get away from the roots, so the roots aren't sitting in its own water for too long, causing that root rot. So I'm going to open this bag and I'll be right back and I'll show you how we do it. Okay, so here's the charcoal, the activated charcoal. This is a hardwood charcoal. You can use this at aquariums as well, but we're not doing an aquarium channel here. We're doing a growing plants channel. This here is a great. It helps a great layer to help get the water away from the roots. This also helps fight against certain bacterias. So it's a perfect choice. It's relatively cheap. And again, I'll put all the links in the comments below, but what we're going to do is we're going to take this. There we go. Ooh, a little dusty. Okay, probably going to put a little bit more than that. There you go. So that should be enough. Then we're going to put our soil on top of that, and that'll help drain the water away from the roots. Okay, so next I'm going to take the snake plant. I'm going to tip the pot over. I'm going to tip it partially upside down and shake the plant out of the pot. And then we're going to try to break all the old soil away from the roots without damaging the roots. We're just gently going to massage it and let the soil go away. And then we're going to transplant that into our new pot. Okay, so I've taken some potting mix. I've filled the pot about halfway up with the potting mix, and I'm going to make a little hole in the middle here. A little groove in the middle. So that way our plant has somewhere to go. Okay? All right. Okay, so let's see how this snake plant does. go, gently bring it out. Okay, and then I'm going to loosely just massage the soil to get rid of the old soil. Now do you see this? I could even separate this and grow it on its own, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to keep this all together if I can. So if one of them falls off, there you go. So you want to keep the roots intact as much as possible. Right? We're not here to hurt the plant. We're here to just get it like that. And then I'm going to take our new pot. Okay, and then we're going to fill it with soil. Okay, once the plant is transplanted into the new pot, make sure you give it a good watering. Give it a good soaking. And that'll help it from the shock of being, the roots, from the shock of being moved and poked and prodded with. Okay, there you go, one transplanted snake plant. And one happy wife, I hope. And don't tell her I said this, but she's right. It looks much better in that pot. Thank you for joining me today. If you liked the video, please hit like and hit subscribe to follow us on our other videos. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.